welcome back to What Arty Noobs for general disturbance. This is an FV3805. It's a tier 9 British SPG. It's located on the northwest spawn of Berlin, and this one is under the command of Soleviter. Well, you may not know him, but he is actually the commander of OLIMP, and of course that's the clan that Oxidor belongs to, as well as many other members of What Arty Noobs who've joined us recently. And Oxidor reminded me actually that today is Polish Independence Day. Yep, this is the day when Poland finally got their independence in 1918 and formed the Second Polish Republic. Yes, beforehand they were under the control of Germany, the Austro-Hungarian Empire and Russia, and all three nations were defeated in World War I, and they finally got to establish their nation again, because they had been independent before when they formed the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. That was way back in the 16th century, and at that time they occupied over 1 million square kilometers of Europe, and that's a huge amount, including some of the area which is now known today as Ukraine. Oh, look at that! That's a penetrating shot on the FV3805, and what's funny about that shot is that he actually fired the big gun, the 7.2 centimeter or 7.2 inch gun I should say, which is actually 182.9 millimeters in caliber, and that's the same gun you find on an FV4005. So that guy just got hit with the same sort of round that he would be firing out of his main gun. The alpha for this gun is 850, and he managed to get a hit for 964, which is a high roll, and that landed on top of the FV4005, and now he's missing half his hit points. Okay, we're going after the Charfu Chur 4 now. Standard reload for this Arty is 35.47 seconds, and he's got a reload of 27. Lands just behind the guy, but that probably stunned the tank that was alongside him at the same time. Well, getting back to the Polish Independence Day, well, 1918, Poland finally became independent, and one of their generals managed to establish independence and proclaim it for the Second Polish Republic. And even though they were occupied by Germany and also by the Warsaw Pact for a number of years, or by the Soviets, they still managed to celebrate their Independence Day, even if it was a bit muted. But now, as a member of the EU, they can celebrate it happily, knowing that nobody's going to stop them from being proud of their Second Republic. Most of the members of OLIMP are also Polish players, and in this game there are a couple of players from OLIMP. We've got Porciol123, he's in the Porsche, and Daniel 2184, and he's in the T30. Rounds out. Ooh. Well, he almost got that Waffenträger there, but the guy died before the shell went in. He's decided to change position. The enemy's got two Arty, a batch at 155-55 and an M53 M55. So yes, I think he does have to think about counter battery. He's also got a teammate who's in Arty, and that's Clora in an M53 M55. We're trying to get that leopard at the back, way down at the other end of the map. Difficult shot. He lines it up. Decides not to fire though, because he couldn't get a perfect shot. Oh, enemy Arty's been spotted. So he switches targets straight away, but he's letting it dial in on the back chat. Almost there. Didn't quite let it settle before he fired, but oh, he got a big hit. A splash hit for 332, and the kill shot went to Claw in the M53 M55, so because he got a splash as well, and so he picked up the rest of that in stun assist. Well, it looks like that Striv just got hit by our T30. Also in the platoon, Daniel 2184. Rounds out. And another splash, it stuns him. Unfortunately, Daniel got taken out there by the Strib. Well, the Strib 103 is a notorious sniper, but he got taken out in return and killed by our Jaegeru. So it looks like Soleviter picked up the stun assist for that one, and he's already up to over 2,000 stun and 1,740 of actual damage. He fires a bit too soon on the standard B. Wasn't fully dialed in before he shot. Of course, as many of you know, today is Remembrance Day, and it's the day when we commemorate all those who died during the Great Wars, both First World War and of course the Second World War. And of course the start of the Second World War, actually in 1939, was when Poland was actually invaded by Germany, and under treaty we went to war with Germany to save Poland. And it wasn't just us, it was the French as well, and the other European states. And oh, he's just got a stun on Manticore there, and so he's picked up some stun assists. A little tip for you: whenever you get clouds like that getting in the way, it sometimes helps to go to overhead view to actually visualize the target, because the smoke won't show in the battle assistant. It does show it though if it goes through the field of a battle assistant model. So he's firing around in between the gap. Oh my god, he just killed the FV3805 with a blind kill. He knew that he was behind that building. He fired at the gap and the shell went right between the gap and took out that Hesh barn. So he's managed to get a kill, and that's a really good kill, that one. Okay, now going for the Manticore again, and yeah, you can see that smoke is getting in the way, but he fires around in, and he got a direct hit! A direct hit on the Manticore takes him out! That is a miracle shot. After the FV4005, to get a shot like that was superb. It's now 4 on either side. At one point we were up by 3 tanks, and now we've gone to level. We're aiming for a Char Future 4, the other side of the battlefield. Long fire, long shot rather, and now we've got Foch going in. That's our guy, that's Porciol, and he kills the Char Future 4. We're now down to 3 left on either side because we lost one as well. Now this is a bit of an exposed position, and it will be quite a good thing actually to get to this lower step, just in case that Progetto is headed north. We've no idea if he is. Our Strib should be able to spot him if he does, but there's no guarantee because he could drive up the trench. On the other side of the battlefield we can see that the enemy Leopard, he just got taken out by the Bosch. And we fire at the M53, but we weren't fully dialed in when we did. And the M53 just fired his howitzer. Now he's gone into cover to try and stop Porciol from... Is it Porciol? From getting a shot. Porciol, I think, is in reload at the moment. Oh, and the Progetto's come up behind him. Oh no, this is bad news. There's not a lot we can do. It's very difficult at this range, but he's going to fire around in. And unfortunately we lost Porciol, but that was a direct hit. The RNG was definitely in our favour on that occasion, and it hit the Progetto, and he's now down to, well, minuscule hit points. He's got very little left. I think it was about 390 I could see. I think the M53, M55's got more hit points left than he has. You can see up on the screen that our platoon's got 2,250 between us, or on our platoon, our last remaining players, including Soleviter, and the enemy's only got 761. But the problem is that that enemy is more than likely going to try and come for Soleviter if he can, because he can probably see that Soleviter's got 2 kills and the Strib's only got 1. The Strib is the more dangerous of the 2 tanks, obviously, because he's 100% health and he's got that very accurate 105mm gun. So I'm not so sure if he's an experienced player, but I'm hoping that he is. Soleviter's using the P in SPG to move. I think he's going to change position and make it more difficult for that Progetto to find him. He's loaded and ready to go. In fact, he's loaded the special HE, the one which does more damage, and with good reason, because if he does spot that guy, it doesn't matter if he stuns him as much as he kills him. Although the special HE has less of a splash area, this RT designed and based on the Centurion. They actually did build 2 models, 2 prototypes, but they never had the howitzer installed, so having a 5-inch or 5.5 inch as the stock gun, the 6-inch as the middle gun, and the 7.2 inch as the top gun is all Wargaming's invention, because it never had a howitzer inside it. But they did actually use them as range vehicles so they could transport people about on the range. So it did actually have a working life. And I think he's trying to find a place that he can hide from the Progetto to avoid getting spotted and killed. And more than likely that Progetto went up to the northwest corner, because he would have known that Soleviter was up there. Backing up. Well, of course he would have known where Soleviter was, because he got hit by Soleviter. Oh, he's found him! He's the other side of the road. Oh, he hits us with the gun. Oh my god, look at that! Shotgunned him! He shotgunned him, manually shotgunned him, took him out of the game, and that means now there's only the M53, M55 left on the enemy team, and he tries to get a kill on Soleviter, but he couldn't work out where Soleviter was precisely, and the shell hit the building. That is a really excellent kill, and I think that guarantees they're going to get the win now. They've got less than 2.5 minutes left to go. So the best thing to do would be for one of them to get in the cap and the Strib to start hunting that M53, M55. It will force the M53, M55 to come out of hiding to try and get a reset. Soleviter's going to try and cap, force him to play. He could get behind that wreck of the T95, that might help. It's the place that I would go, actually, because it gives you a bit of protection. There he is! He's coming towards us. We're lining up the shots. Oh! Well, he has the 155mm gun, and he was able to get a shot in and kill Soleviter, but I don't think he's going to live very long, because I'm pretty sure this Strib is going to get him, even if he's got a very short reload, because the 155, he's certainly going to die. And it's a ram kill to win the game. Or was that a detonation of his shell underneath the Strib? Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game from Soleviter in the FV3805. Well done. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9, a Gauze medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle. And he also got a Confederate as well, for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, and that's despite the fact that he got 3 kills in the game as well. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he was. Well, when it came to damage, he was actually the highest damage on his team, but not the highest damage overall. That went to that Progetto, who did get one 105mm round into Soleviter, but he couldn't get a second one because he got wiped out by a shotgun that came flying back at him. 4,739 hit points of damage went to him. The second highest scorer was the Leopard 1 with 4,447. And the third highest was Soleviter with 3,979. When it came to kills, it was the Progetto again. He got 5 kills in that game. 3 kills went to the AMX50 in the game. He managed to get 3. So did the Foch, who's Porciol, who's in Solevita's platoon. And so did Soleviter. He also got 3 kills, remember, including that FV3805, the Heshbon, with an absolutely incredible shot. And of course, firing through the fog, or the smoke actually, I think it was, at the Manticore. And he was tremendously lucky with that one, because I think the Manticore did move away and then came straight back to the position he was in before and took the shell that wiped him out. But I think the kill that I liked the most was that shotgun on the Progetto, who could so easily have taken him out with the very next shot, but it failed, and Soleviter got the shot on him and took him out the game, and that just made it so much easier. I'm pretty certain that that M53-M55 actually fired his 155mm gun at the Strib, but it detonated directly underneath the Strib, and as it did, it blew up the M53-M55 at the same time. When it came to base XP, in that game it was Soleviter. He got 1,190, the only player to get over 1,000. Porciol managed to get 921, and 751 went to the AMX50, Foch, the 155, and then where are the others? So Daniel managed to get 629, so it's a little way down the table. We can see that Soleviter fired 17 rounds in the game, got 5 direct hits on the enemy, and 2 penetrations and 12 splash. Now I'm pretty certain that the penetrations were actually, oh my god, they were both. I thought he penetrated the Manticore, but he didn't actually. He penetrated the Heshbon twice. Yes, he got that first shot right at the start of the game, where he stripped away half that guy's hit points. But the second shot that went between the buildings and actually hit the cabin of the Heshbon who was hiding there actually penetrated him as well. So 2 very good shots in the game took out the enemy's Heshbon. He also got 12 splash, damage of 3,979 hit points, which is a high score, and 3,628 of that was at more than 300 meters. So you can see a lot of damage was done at fairly close range as well. He actually did get 2 hits in the game, received 2 hits. One was a penetration, one was a splash. Yes, he got hit by the M53-M55. He did fire at that M53-M55. I think he actually did get some damage on the guy as well, because not all of the damage came off that Progetto. But yes, unfortunately, the second hit, the splash hit, was enough to kill him, because after the hit from the Progetto, that stripped away most of his hit points. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 3, so there's the Confederate. 2,451 hit points of stun assist off 8 stuns. 46,873 credits for the game, 21,093 from battle payments, 98,434 credits altogether, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 52,754 credits profit. 1,190 XP times 2 for the first victory, 268 for playing the platoon, and 3,838 experience points altogether. So thanks very much indeed for Oxidor for sending this replay in. Very interesting to see a good battle in the FV3805 on Berlin. It's not the best map to play, but Soleviter seemed to enjoy it. I think he came away with decent results out of that one. And also, congratulations as well to Poland for your second Independence Day. Well, I suppose it's the Second Republic Independence Day, obviously celebrated on the same day as Remembrance Day for everyone else in Europe who's remembering the war. But of course, it's a day of celebration for Poland because you finally got your independence back after 123 years of not existing as part of other states. You finally got back together as a reunited state and could proudly celebrate the fact that you were Polish and not belonging to some other state. And long may that stay the same. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.